right here. I have this scar on my arm whenever I look at it, but the scar reminds me of a pretty prominent mistake that I made when I was 4 years old. I was on a bunk bed, and I decided, with the help of my older sister, that we would perform a circus act and come down from the top bunk onto the ground in a small chair with her holding 2 of the 4 legs. This scar is proof that that is a bad idea. My arm was broken. It was bad. I had a rod stuck in my arm, surgery at 4 years old. This memory serves as a reminder to not do stupid things. I've got plenty of these scars from doing business. I've got plenty of these scars from projects that went bad, from quotes that I screwed up. I've got the scars to remind me about those things. So I've tried to tell this story a couple of times, and I've just never really gotten the exact point across that I've been trying to make. One of the things that I really strive to bring you in these videos are real life practical, I don't necessarily know stories, but examples of the learning experiences that I've had over the years and how it's impacted our business. So literally, I shot this maybe 20-minute video about the 3 big failures that I've had in my career and how it's impacted and crafted the way that we are as a company now, from our sales, from our customer service, and just a lot of the way that we approach things on a daily basis. The reason that I think it's important, and the reason that I want to share this story, is because regularly, on a daily basis, we talk about here internally, and I talk a lot about always improving and trying to get better at what we're doing and looking at the processes that we're doing on a daily basis and figuring out a way to get better at them. And here's the reason why. The 3 big failures that I had were all 3 big losses in sales, in projects. One of them was a project where we did a complete door replacement. We actually did this one, but it was a failure along the entire way because of bad communication, not meeting commitments, and not meeting deadlines. The second one was a big 6-figure project, the first ever 6-figure project that we approached or tried to do as a company, and we got kicked off the project because of failure to communicate, failure to meet deadlines. And then the third one was a huge opportunity for, it was a small project to begin with, but it was going to be a huge opportunity for a brand new customer, and it all fell flat on its face because we failed to communicate and follow through on what we were promising to do. All of those things have crafted into this concept of communication, professionalism, not focusing so much on what we did bad, but understanding that this is what can happen when you fail to do what you say you're going to do. It's impactful to me because it is literally crafted the way that I look at almost everything that we do on a daily basis, and it's crafted the way that I operate as an individual. So as this organization is moving forward, it's one of the critical things that we've tried to correct and tried to be aware of and adapt to as we have grown. They're simple yet really big things. It's not making excuses. If you fail to do something that you say you're going to do, own up to it and make good on it. That's all you can do. Nobody wants to hear excuses. If you give an excuse, then you're just saying a reason why you're just giving all the reasons why you failed. Instead of focusing on the reasons why you failed, figure out a way to make it happen. That's what people want. That's the simple foundation of customer service, is figuring out a way to make it happen. You know, for a long time, it was those things that kind of kept me up at night, the things that I struggled with, the things that I was afraid to share with people because it made me look like a loser. Now, are some of the things that I hold dear to, because I don't want those to repeat themselves. I want our team, as it grows and develops, to be aware of those failures so that we don't repeat them and that they can learn from my mistakes. Everyone is going to make mistakes. What you do with those mistakes, what you do with those failures, is really what crafts you as an individual and as a business. So do you take the failures and let them beat you up every day? Do you take those failures and let it just get you down? Or do you take those and find ways to prevent them from happening again? Do you allow those failures to craft the way that you think and operate and be aware for future progress? And that's what I hope this... Seriously? This is one of the reasons that I talk about it a lot, is because I want there to be awareness of the past mistakes that were made so that we can do our best to avoid them. Does that mean we're going to avoid all mistakes? No, but it gives us the opportunity to do our best not to repeat those mistakes over and over again. So here's the positive on that. Because of the mistakes that I made, because of the failures that have been made through this organization's growth, we now have a team in place that focuses on preventing those every single day. There is awareness in place, and so our team is zoned in on making sure we're communicating, making sure that we're following through on our commitments, making sure that we meet our deadlines, making sure that our customers are updated. All of those things are because Chad was a loser, and Chad lost big projects. Chad made customers angry. So what are your scars? What are things that you have failed at? And because of that, you've turned it into an effort to make huge improvements. It's what we all have to do on a daily basis, to be aware, but always overcome.